Hello, everyone. I'm going live, and my plan is to go live every week answering your questions. So, if you have any question that comes to your mind regarding speaking, stuttering, how we feel about it, what we do about it, please leave a comment, and I will be coming with my answers and just spreading the discussion on that in my next videos. So, hey Kenjiro, you can ask me any question, and I'll be focusing on one question and one answer. I'm coming with this one question, one answer. If you bring something up during these lives, I will be happy to answer as well. Or if it needs like more thinking or more speaking, I'll go for a separate one. But I want to make these live calls really short, condensed, and focused on one kind of question, one kind of idea, so that you go away with something, not just random speaking. But again, I do encourage you to leave comments in this live. I suggest to speak about control over our speaking, because the usual questions, the most common questions that I receive, are the ones about speech impediments, about anxiety we're having associated with speaking, about hard words and sounds, so about the symptoms of stuttering. And yeah, we see stuttering as those symptoms, but the underlying thing that produces the speech impediments, the anxiety, the hard words, the whole stuttering iceberg, is the lack of control in our speaking pattern. So we can go a bit deeper into the science, whatever research, but on our level, how we perceive it is that we lack control. We don't feel control in our speaking. So, Abhi, hello, how to deal with the blocks? Yeah, let's talk about it. Exactly. So the blocks, anxiety, and speech impediments, they all rest on the same fundamental, which is lack of control. And our body and mind, subconsciously, if you wish, they do know, they do feel it for sure, that we lack that control. And that lack of control spreads over 100% of our speaking, whether we're fluent or whether we experience difficulties. It's everywhere. It's in our speaking pattern. Our speaking pattern stays pretty much the same. We react differently to different environments, different settings. In some settings, I'm alone, I'm relaxed. In some settings, I'm tense. But we use the same speaking pattern. And stuttering is there. The lack of control is there. So that's basically my main idea for this live that I want to share. And the next question, how to bring control. And I have a separate video about the speech impediments. What can we do about like launching, getting to the stresses, how to unblock. By the way, I'll give the link in the cards to this video. I have a separate video about the anxiety, how to deal with anxiety, the separate video, how to deal with hard sounds and words. But again, they all rest on the same thing, which is lack of control. And to bring control in our speaking, I'm preaching about the hand stuttering technique. So I also have a separate video where we use our hand to start, to launch the phrase with the thumb, to get into the stresses. And it gives the structure where you launch the phrase, where you get into the stresses, and you feel the end of the phrase as well, so that you launch the next one. So you bring kind of the structure into your speaking this way. So that's what's like the major piece of the improvement efforts that I'm preaching about. Mm, and regarding, and I'll give the link to this video as well. Regarding the control, one more thing I want to mention. I also have one video where I talk about control, that it's a big mistake we're making trying to bring control into our speaking. But what I mean by bring control to our speaking is, which is a mistake, is just trying to bring control by trying harder, right? We have a certain speaking pattern, and just by trying harder, to get it out, we only focus on the stuttering, on the tension. We bring more anxiety, we bring more tension. So without some effective tool how to get to that control, without feeling what's going on with our speaking, without feeling how we launch, how we get into the stresses, just trying to bring control through our, thinking more, or like trying harder, that's not the way to deal with those blocks, with impediments, not to deal with that lack of control. So we want to bring control with what I call training speech. Training speech where you understand how to launch, how to say it. So when you use some technique, again, I'm preaching about the hand stuttering technique as the central piece of our program. People use other techniques, and I also have a video about different stuttering techniques as well. And in our Free from Stutter Facebook group, actually, I see people, from different walks of life, different therapies, and they use different techniques. But I also see that if you stick to some training speech, to some techniques that you like, then it brings some change to your speaking. So that's basically it that I want, everything that I wanted to share for this live. So you asked some questions, how to deal with the blocks. So again, I'll give the link about the blocks. My main idea is that we want to make sure the first sound actually in your speaking piece is the most important. We want to launch it, want to get into the stresses, so we go with the airflow throughout the speaking piece. And then we want to finish and start again. Like that's like the never ending kind of cycle, right? We split our speaking to pieces. That's what we do. What technique to use to completely vanish my speech impediments? Great question. So actually, I also give a link to the video training that I put together quite recently. So, and I'm actually launching, maybe you saw in other of my videos, Free from Stutter program next week. So we're using the hand stuttering technique, but it's not the technique that targets the speech impediments. We want to target the whole speaking pattern, both the fluent piece and the piece where we feel struggle, like the environments, like class, work, presentation, friends, some anxiety moments. So we want to target not only those moments, but we want to target all our speaking. This is the really profound way to bring change. Otherwise, we try to use some technique in those moments, and all other time, we're using our speaking pattern. We're back. We're restoring our speaking pattern that we have right now, even though we might be fluent, might be fine, but there is lack of control there. This speaking is still unsecured. So my take on that we want to have a training speech. So you want to know how to come back to your training speech and use that training speech consistently, like dental braces that people who have problems with their teeth, they wear dental braces for some time, so that the shape, like what something there changes, and then they take them off and they're fine. The same way with the training speech. Want to give some time for our training speech to match, to fit into our natural way of speaking. Then we can take it off, or we can use them kind of back when we feel again that we need them. I can see short-term results, but I want to become prominent. Exactly. We usually see short-term results. Absolutely, because we come back to our speaking pattern. It's the same, and at some point, it's just restores everything. It's like writing something on the sand. The water comes, like nothing is there. So I agree with you completely. You're a great speaker, man. Thank you so much. It's great to have you watching, asking questions, participating in the discussion. I'll be giving links first to my free training that is running this week. I hope that you find it helpful as well. And also, I encourage you to join Free from Stutter Facebook group. There is a lot of discussion going there. So it would be great if you could join as well. So thank you so much, and see you in the next live video. Please leave your questions. I will be answering them for sure. So thank you so much, and see you.